Hey guys, just another quick video about needles and a couple of other things here that go with them. So in case you're new to quilting, for example, you can use your needles you have at home. I have used plenty of regular needles when I've quilted. So I did just want to show you some things that you can get. Show you some examples of what you would run into when you would go to a store looking for things. This one is Quilter's hand needles. Different sizes, even comes with a little threader. These are called, well, it actually breaks it down for you right here on the package. It says basting, applique sharps, curve and dolls, betweens. That's the one you'll hear people refer to the most when you're just doing general quilting. And then milliners. But just know you can use any needle. The biggest thing I have found with quilters needles is they seem to be a harder metal, because some of the others that may be listed as a general needle, it might bend and get like a little curve in it when you're using it, whereas a between, I haven't noticed that happening. Honestly, that's the only difference, because you can see with these quilters needles, even the eyes are different sizes on them. So, but then you can also buy needles for leather, tapestry, doll needles, and this one just says craft needles. So it's kind of a general, just different size needles. And then you can buy, of course, your embroidery needles, and I'm sure there's more. This just happens to be some I had on hand. So, if you're just starting out and getting your feet wet and not sure if it's something you would really get into, just use the needle you have at home. And I know a few weeks ago I showed you a little automatic needle threader. There are a couple of other needle threaders that I have. I thought I would show you. These are very inexpensive. This one usually comes with like that big set of needles. I'm not sure if it's even showing very well, but there's this very thin little wire. That's why they're very inexpensive, because they will tear up eventually. But basically what you would do is that tiny little wire is small enough to go through the eye of the needle. Once you get it pushed through, you can drop your thread through a larger hole and then just pull this back through. And these literally don't cost much at all, like I said. But eventually, when you're pulling that through, you're probably going to break the little thin wire too, so you would just grab another one. That's why they're inexpensive. And then there's this one. I think I got this off Amazon. It has it's a stiff little wire at the end that has a tiny little hook on it. Same concept. You would poke this through the needle. You can use this one on your sewing machines as well. And you would just loop your thread. Hold it nice and tight. And just pull it back through. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, you don't have to buy that little automated one. These are inexpensive. And then this is something that is handy. A lot of times when you are quilting, your thread will start to twist up, or it'll almost try to knot on you. So this is wax, and it's refillable, and this is pretty old actually. But what you would do is, after you had your needle threaded, you would just pull it through one of these grooves, and it will put a coat of wax on your thread. And just that little coat of wax kind of gives it a weight, for one thing, but the wax also makes it easier to go through the cloth. And you're less likely, for it to get wound up on itself and cause knots in the thread and things like that. So again, not something you have to have at all, but it is handy and something to think about. Alright, so just some little notions I wanted to show you, since we've been quilting and we've been talking about needle threaders and things like that. I did also want to just show you these. So have a great day, guys.